Hello everyone, welcome to our class 4 in our Linux Essential series. I remain Daniel Uyo, a computer technologist and a cybersecurity trainer at FixLab Technology Limited. So in this video, we are going to just establish some things about networking in our Linux machine. Okay, so one of the things I want to bring into your understanding is the IP address. We all know that networking is the connection of two or more devices to share information, resources, and even files, videos, and the rest. Okay, so for those information to be sent from the client to the server, they need something like the IP address. Okay, so an IP address is just like an house address where a mail is going to be delivered to. Okay, so that's the same thing in computer. It's just like an address of each of the system in a network. So without this IP address, there could be a conflict when trying to deliver a particular packet to each of the system. Okay, so to check your IP address in your Kali Linux, all you need to do is to type IP A. So we can start by saying what is IP? What is IP? So you can see IP shows manipulate routing, network services, interface, and tunnel. So Linux IPv4 protocol implementation. Okay, so this IP is a command that is used to manipulate routing, network devices, and even the interface in your Kali Linux operating system. So IP A will show us the interface and the IP address. Okay, so you can see this is our loopback interface where we have the hello, and then it's a loopback IP address. We have the 127.0.0.1. Okay, so you can see the ET0, which is one of the interface in my system right now. I can see my IP address, which is 10.0.2.15, and then /24. This is for the subnetting. Okay, so the subnet is /24. But if you don't want all these, you can easily grep. I think we have done that in our previous class. So IP A, then we grep the init. Okay, so you can easily see that we have the IP address without there. Okay, so after that, we have the old command clear to clear your screen. We have the old command we usually use before now. The I think if config. Okay, so if config will still do almost the same thing, just that it's the old command we usually use. So if config ET0 is the ETH0 is the interface, and then the IP address, which is 10.0.2.15. Okay, you can see the loopback interface as well, and then the IP. You can even see the IPv6 as well, and the net mask, okay, subnet. Okay, so the subnet is 255.255.255.0. Okay, so we can clear our screen here. Okay, so another command you should take note of is the host name with hyphen or flag I. Okay, this particular one will just show you the IP address. Okay, it's not going to stress you. So if you want to quickly see your IP address, it's just host name hyphen I. Okay, and then to test your internet connectivity, that is to test if your virtual machine can access the internet. All you need to do is to ping the Google DNS server. Okay, that is 8.8.8.8. Okay, if you ping the Google DNS server and it is reachable, and you know that your system is connected to the internet, or it's can access the internet. Okay, so you can see what is ping. Okay, so ping send ICMP echo request to a network host. So it's just like saying hello, are you there? And then the host will reply, I am there. So this ping, immediately I ping the DNS server, it's like sending hello Alpha DNS server, are you there? And then the DNS server will reply back to my system with I am there. Okay, so if this does not work, it means that your system is not able to access the domain server, okay, the Google domain server, and then it might likely not access the internet. So to check your network interface, all you need to do is nmcli device status. Okay, particularly when we check your network interface and to see if they are connected. So you can see we have two interface here in this particular system. The ETH0 and then the LO, which is the loopback interface. Okay, so if you have your wireless interface, you can easily plug it in here, and then when you are typing this command nmcli device status, it's going to also show your wireless interface. So you can see I don't have any wireless interface in my system right now, so it's not showing there. Okay, so another thing I want you to take note of is to check the active connection in your system. Before then, we see how we can check all the services running in our system. That was sudo service status all. Okay, so this particular command will show you all the services running in your system. So you can see Apache is not running at this moment, but I started SSH. Okay, so SSH is like a service that allows you to securely log into a particular system remotely. Okay, so and it works on port 22. Okay, so why I started this service is to show you the ports that are open in my system. Okay, because SSH works with port 22. I believe we know what a port is. Okay, if you don't know what a port is just like your, we established that IP address is like your house number, right? Your house address. Now, in that house, maybe if the house is a bigger compound, okay, we have rooms in each of the houses. Okay, so the port number is like the rooms in each of the houses. Okay, so that's something applicable to here in computer. So the port number is just applicable to any services that is running at that particular moment. Two services cannot use the same port at that particular moment. Okay, so that is why if you are on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, and the rest, if you send message on Facebook, it cannot mistakenly deliver that message to your WhatsApp and the rest. Okay, so that is for advanced networking. So you just have to know that a port number is just like the rooms in a particular buildings. Okay, so to check all the open ports, TCP port, UDP port, listening port, and the rest in your system, all you need to do is SS and then the T, which is for the TCP port, U, which is for the UDP port, the listening, and then the number, and then you can see TCP listening states, and then we have the local address port, which is 22. Okay, so this is for SSH that I've run in my system. So if you have a lot of services running in your system, you see the port will be open there. Okay, so another thing I want to let you know is how you can restart your network manager. Okay, so I think we talk about services running a system, and we can see we should have networking. Okay, networking services is running, and this networking services, they have the network manager. So if you want to start your network manager, all you need to do is sudo system ctl in sudo systemctl restart, then network manager, I think so. Okay, so this particular, you can see we have the network disconnected, connection has been disconnected, so it has disconnected and it's going to be connected back. Okay, so this particular services or this particular command restarts the network manager. If you want to check the network manager status, is sudo systemctl status network manager. Okay, so you can see it is active and running. Okay, now this comes in handy if maybe you have tried all your possible ways to connect, or your network is just misbehaving. You can just restart the entire network manager. Okay, or maybe you configured a particular network file. Okay, so to make that configuration to be applied, okay, so you can just restart your network manager. Okay, so I think NS lookup, I just have to talk about this as well. NS lookup, let's check if our network is still connected. Okay, we are still connected. So NS lookup google.com, it will just show you the IP address of Google. I know we have already established the IP address of Google while we were using the link. Okay, but this is just another way of seeing the IP address of your domain names. Okay, so you can see google.com address is 142.251.29.101. Okay, so if I ping google.com, I see the same IP address 142.251.29.101. Okay, so I can copy this IP address. Just to clear your doubt. And copy this IP address, Ctrl Shift C. Then I'll move to my Firefox browser. I will go to the next tab, then paste this IP address, enter. So you can see google.com, and you can see Google is coming up. Okay, so I can just accept all. You can see, so that IP address is the IP address of Google. And every domain name or every server running online have its unique IP address. So another thing is how can you manually assign an IP address to your interface? Remember, we have a lot of interface where we use the NMCLI. Okay, so we have the ET0 and the loopback interface. So this interface now, in case I want to assign a manual IP address to that interface, how can I do that? So it's advisable that you shut the interface down before assigning the IP address. So you can use sudo IP link set ETH0 down. So you shut it down. So when you shut it down, you now manually assign the IP address sudo IP address add. Then let's say you want to add something like 192.168.1.50. Okay, let's say you want to add something like that, and then 24. Slash 24 is a subnet mask. So you're just trying to say, let it be 255.255.255.0. So def et0. So this particular command will add a manual IP address to this interface. Okay, so you just enter, and then the IP address has been added. So once you add your IP address, you just pick it up again. Okay, So sudo IP link set eth0 up. Okay, so it has taken the interface up again. So I told you how to check for your IP address. So you can easily check for IP address now, and you can see our IP address has been changed to 192.168.1.50. Okay, so you can do that with if config as well. If config, and you can see our IP address has manually been changed to 192.168.1.50 on this interface. Okay, so I think we can sudo we can restart our network services, systemctl restart network manager, restart. Okay, we all know that we manually assign an IP address to our system. So if we want to get back an IP address from our DHCP server from maybe our router, our MiFi, or anything that we use to connect to our laptop, we can directly just use sudo DHCP client and R. So if we say what is DHC client, and see dynamic host configuration protocol client. This is what sends a request for a new IP address. And if I type if config, you can see we have gotten back our IP address, which was 10.0.2.15. Okay, so another command I would like to just bring to your knowledge is net discover. Okay, so net discover will actually discover a lot of network hosts in that particular network. Okay, it will try to discover the host on that particular network. So if you want to run a net discover, you can just type sudo net discover. Okay, so you can see it's just trying to analyze and get the host in this network. Okay, so it's currently scanning this particular network, which is not our network. Okay, so for you to give an IP address or a particular network IP to scan, you can see our network IP is 10.0.2.15. So you just have to sudo net discover and then -r, which is flag 10.0.2.0, okay, /24. You can see it has discovered two hosts on this particular network, one with 10.0.2.2 and another one with 10.0.2.3. okay, so I think this one should be my Windows system or something. But if you want to discover hosts in a particular network, as far as you have joined that network, you can use net discover to scan for the host in that network. Okay, so before I conclude this video, there is something I want to just jump into a little bit. That's Wireshark. Okay, so Wireshark is a packet capturing tool. Okay, it's capture and then helps you analyze a particular packet. So when we talk about a packet is just a small chunk of data that is being transmitted over a particular network. For example, your movies that you watch and then most of the documents or the files that you download doesn't come in full form. Okay, the network will break it down into small chunks. Okay, so those chunks are packets and they can be captured using a Wireshark. Okay, so for example, if you want to start your Wireshark, it's just sudo Wire Wireshark. Okay, so sudo Wireshark, enter, asking you for administrative password. Okay, then from here, the Wireshark will allow you to choose a particular interface you want to open the Wireshark to capture the packets. Okay, so you can see we have our loopback interface, we have our any, and then we have our ET0 interface. Okay, so for the both of this class, we are going to go with the ET0. So, okay, from here we can try to browse the internet. So let's say you want to browse the internet, you can even see it's capturing the packet now. Let's say we want to visit fixlabtech.com, fixlabtech.com. Okay, so this is the Wireshark interface. This particular interface show you a particular packet that is being captured at the moment, and the source port, destination port, the protocol, and then even the length of the packet, the information about the packet. So this particular one is a detail site that will give you a detail of each of the packets you choose. Okay, detail section that will give you detail of each of the packets that you choose. So if I choose this particular packet, you can see we have frames, and open the frames. We have Ethernet, we have internet protocol, and then we have transmission control protocol and the rest. Okay, this is the actual data that is being captured and the rest of the thing. So this is just a basic overview of Wireshark. We have a dedicated video for Wireshark. So you can filter using Wireshark for HTTP. Let me put it that way. So you can see the HTTP packet. You can see get success.txt, this 200 okay, and the rest request and response. And then this is the source and the destination IP. Okay, so you can see the source 10.0.2.15. This is my own IP, like the IP address of my system, and this is where it is sending that packet to. This is the protocol as well. So we have a dedicated video for this. Okay, we have a dedicated video for Wireshark, and just want to show you that each of the packet that is transmitted over the network can be captured with Wireshark. So that will take us to the end of this video, and I believe you have enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the video, just give a comment on if you are watching it on YouTube. If you're watching it on the LMS, just give a comment as well. Okay, and till next time, do have a nice day. One love.